Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people. My motto is "Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." I've spent many years out here in this endeavor. And today, if I had to make a quote, it would be such as this: I lived in ignorance, and it was all good, at least as far as I knew. When one day I woke up and I wasn't ignorant any longer. And I realized that if I wanted to continue to live, I had to pretend to be ignorant. I ain't gonna do it. What that describes, ladies and gentlemen, is what I have found in my lifetime living here in America. We live in a system that could be so much better. But in order to do that, it would require the people to make the change. But systematically, the people have been conditioned to be slaves to a system that ultimately destroys their lives. I was just thinking that the president just announced that at the end of this year, all of the soldiers in Iraq will be coming home. But of those numbers, 4,001, they have been killed. And at the same time, hundreds of thousands of Iraqis have been killed. In the name of human decency, and yet not one soul has been lost for human decency in America. Today we have Occupy Wall Street, where they say they got 99% people who are disgusted with this nation, and basically at the 1% who seems to be having a party in America. Today, Glenn Beck was being interviewed on the news, and he stated about those occupiers that's probably legit. People have some problems, but for the most part, they were socialist, communist, some anarchist, and even perhaps some people representing other governments. People who were trying to destroy capitalism and the American way of life. And I was kind of taken aback to that statement. 99% of the people who have problems with the American government, with the American system of government, 99%, because I can guarantee you those people who represent the 1%, none of them were there. And why? Because they're satisfied. But the 99%, for one reason or another, are not satisfied. And they find that it is necessary that they find themselves out there. Sure, they might have their own differences. Some might be for one thing, others for another thing, and another thing. But the totality of it is that every last one of them are dissatisfied with the American system. And it doesn't matter what their reasons might be. They are dissatisfied. And if American system can't address it, then they must force the American system to address it. We look at what happened in Libya and other parts of the world where, as President Obama has said, terrorists must be warned, that the people are fed up. Well, don't you think the 99% of the people here in America are fed up? At least that's what they're in the streets doing. And when we turn our televisions on and we see all of fighting and all of this stuff going on in other nations, people rising up, picking up guns, and then we turn the television on and we find out that in Oakland, California, you're seeing people gassed, and taken to jail. The same thing that was happening in other countries. How do you think we look to those other nations who we have just invaded, took over, and imposed our will, and yet our people are going through the same things? Well, my mission has been for the past 33 years is that, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have to go through this. And it took Libyans 40 some years of oppression to rise up. I have been in this country for 61 years, and many of you I have been here just as long. But why haven't you been able to rise up? Well, the iron fist of oppression is not on your neck, perhaps, as it was for other people who have been pressured to stand up. But if we don't do something and do it now, I can guarantee you in a few years, if not sooner, that oppression will be on our backs the same way. You see, I'm able to come to you because I've given up on the people waking up. But I come to you because my God is not George Washington, Hamilton, Franklin. My God is an invisible God. My God is not one that came across the waters from another land to this land. My God created the land and the waters and the people that crossed it and the people that are here, and has been constantly offering conditions for you to change. But it hasn't changed. The people in this country are so hypocritical, and I'm just saying these things to you, ladies and gentlemen, because it doesn't make any difference to me anymore. They're so hypocritical. We have Miss Anthony, who was being prosecuted for the possibility that she killed her daughter. And yet the evidence, according to the jury, was not sufficient enough to say that she did it beyond a doubt. And so they exonerated her. And yet hundreds or thousands of people are so upset that this woman's life is threatened. And she might even be killed. Maybe, I don't know, God forbid, because they hate her that much. Now let me ask you this. What's the difference? What if she had killed her daughter? She was exonerated, but what if she had? Look at the murderous hearts out here in America that wants to get her. Oh, they say, well, we didn't get her. Yeah, but it's in your heart. You want to get her. Your heart is just as evil as you think she was in her action. That's hypocrisy. And another hypocritical thing is the church. The church, ladies and gentlemen, what is it supposed to be about? It's supposed to be about love. It's supposed to be an awakening to the realities that there is a God. Even though we came into the world and all we have ever seen are those things that our senses can identify, yet the church is to be there to let people know that this is not all. This is not the power. The power is above us, and it's unseen. And to recognize and to accept it and to have faith in it is to do and walk according to that power, and not the power that creates all of these situations that things are happening in America today. The prisons are filled. People getting in debt, going to college and finding no jobs. People are losing their jobs. I don't have to mention them. You know what they are. But no changes are being made. Congress tied in a knot. Why? Because they want to serve special interests and not the people. You see, there's one thing that's important in America. That's the American way and money. The American way and money. And what is the American way? The American way is founded on persecution. The American way is founded, I'll put it in a way you can understand, on hypocrisy. When it was set up, if you didn't have money, you couldn't own land. If you didn't have money, you couldn't vote. And even today, women are still, in the 21st century, fighting for equal pay. They got equal work, now they're fighting for equal pay. Does that make any sense? You see, we have made our choices. And what are they? You are, for one reason or another, exempted for a while because you don't know any better. The preachers who have preached to you don't know any better. They don't teach about God. Their faith and what they say and interpret a Bible is changed depending upon the laws of the land. And the church has not done one thing to glorify God since Dr. Martin Luther King was killed. And they don't even know what worshiping God is. They think going to church, singing songs and being there every Sunday, putting on their pretty dresses and driving their nice cars is a sign that God is blessing them. That is a sign that you have been blessed by the system in which you that you love. The system that you love. It has worked for you. And it hasn't worked for you like you want it to, but you keep hoping that one day it will change, even though history tells us that it keeps going backwards and up and backwards and up, and it's never going to get to the point where God wants it to be. And my whole message has been to you that God wants you to live as though you were in heaven, where all of your education is taken care of. No problems. No money is ever a problem. All your health care is taken care of. No problem. Money is never a problem. All your housing is taken care of. No problem. Money is never a problem. Your travel, transportation, your vacations, all of the things that you dream and aspire are taken care of. And money is never a problem. And in this country, you can't even be treated if some money doesn't come from some place. You can't be educated if money doesn't come from some place. You can't live in a home or eat unless money comes from some place. Money is key. And it has been injected into the veins of this country by people who don't care anything about this country or you any more than they would care about somebody in a foreign country. All they care about is the money. And wherever the money is where they focus their attention. And you, the people, don't even understand that yet. You can't even, well, you have been conditioned to accept things the way they are. But today I have sent a letter to the President of the United States, to the Governor of the state of Minnesota, and to the Mayor of Woodbury City. And I've said to them, I want everything, my share of everything that God has provided for me. You see, God has provided for all of us. No one owns anything in this country but God. And it was been set up so that we, the people, can enjoy whatever our imagination will allow us to create. And no one can boast about anything because you didn't bring anything in this world with you. You don't take anything out. That is the clearest evidence you can imagine that there is a God. But yet and still, we have these crises. And so I'm just saying to them, I want mine. I want mine, and I want it in love. And I'm giving you till December of this year, 2011, to grant me my demand, the authorization for me to exercise this, what I have just mentioned to you, so I can acquire whatever I want. I've asked the American people if they wanted their cuts. They have been quiet. That means they don't. And as for me, I do. And I want it, and I'm not selling for anything less. You can give it to me, that'll make me happy, or I can go as a martyr, and that'll make me just as happy, because I am not a slave. You know what? I lived in ignorance, and everything was fine. At least I thought it was. But one day I awoke, and I wasn't ignorant any longer. But I recognized that in order for me to keep on living, I had to play like I was ignorant. Ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it.